Today we're going to learn how to tell time. This clock has removable numbers. There's clocks called knee house clocks. So they have movable hands, they have movable numbers, so we're going to be using this clock. So it was not expensive. I don't really like Disney characters, but this clock happened to have one, and it was, I think, only $10 to $12. I don't even remember where I got it, but you can look at Walmart or a teacher store or something. But the reason I'm using it is for the removable numbers. And then you're going to use counters. You can use beans, ones that are small enough where they don't choke on them or anything like that. But a child that you're going to be teaching usually won't want to chew on those. So basically, I would say your child needs to know how to tell time at least to 12, preferably 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. So we'll be talking about that. But knowing their numbers to 12, you can teach them time. So we'll get started. So first, you want to talk about the two hands and how the short hand is the hour hand, and the long hand is the minute hand. So you can do a 3-period lesson. So you can say, this is the hour hand. It's shorter. This is the minute hand. It's longer. Can you show me the hour hand? They should point to the right one. Can you show me the minute hand? They should point to the right one. And then you can say the third period is, what is this? They would say minute hand. What is this? The hour hand. Great, good job. Now you see the numbers. They go through 12. Let's count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 hours on the clock. 12. And then, so you're going to talk about the numbers, and then what you want to do is remove them. So these are the hours, and what we're going to do is put them up here. And you want to put them in a line, like that. Get your counters. Again, you can use counters. These are little round counters. Or you can use just simple beans. I tried to get all the broken ones out, but just simple beans. So we're going to use beans because they don't take up a lot of space. Okay? So what we're going to do is count out the beans for each of the numbers. So let's count out one bean. 1. This is 1 hour. Count out 2. 1, 2. Count out third hour. 1, 2, 3. What's this? I would say 4. Count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this? 5. Count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep going. Count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? 7. 1, 2, 3. You want them to go in a line. 4, 5, 6, 7, so that they can see them get longer. Okay, let's count out 8. 7, 8. Let's count out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count out 11. Let me move these up. Sometimes you have to adjust as you go, and that's okay. That's life. Let's count out 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, that's a lot. It's getting longer. 12. Let's count out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so these are the hours on the clock. These are the minutes on the clock. So the minute hand is pointing towards the minutes, and the hour hand is pointing towards the hour. So if they're pointing up, straight up, is 12 o'clock. And that has 12, that's 12 hours. It goes all the way around until it gets to 12. So this, the hour hand and the minute hand are pointing up. Okay? So then the clock goes around, and as it goes around 1 minute. And it's 60 seconds in 1 minute. 60 minutes in 1 hour. Sorry. 60 minutes in 1 hour. So let's count them. 1, 2, see the red dots? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 minutes. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes. From here to here is 15 minutes. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 minutes. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, just like it says right there, 25 minutes. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 30 minutes from here all the way to here. 30 minutes. When it points down, let's keep counting. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40 minutes. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. From here all the way to here, See, it says 45 minutes. Let's keep going. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oh my gosh, 50 minutes all the way around here. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. We went all the way around, and when we get to here, the hour hand will go here. It'll go to the next hour because the minute hand goes all the way around one time, and then the hour hand will go to the next one at the same time. Okay? Then when we count 60 again, the minute hand, as it goes around, goes all the way around slowly, slowly, all the way around slowly. Each dot is 1 minute, 1 minute. And then when it goes all the way around, 60 minutes, like we counted before, all the way around. When it gets right here, the hour hand will go to the 2. Okay, then it will be 2 o'clock. When it points to the 1 and the minute hand is up, it's o'clock. So this is 1 o'clock. So you explain o'clock first. O'clock is when the minute hand points up. This would be 2 o'clock. Okay? So let's count that. Can you put the 1 there? That's 1 o'clock. Let's put the 1 back. That's 1 o'clock. Okay? Now it's pointing. What is that? That is 2 o'clock. Good. All right. Then when the minute hand goes all the way around again, the hour hand is over here. What is this? 3 o'clock. Good job. 3 o'clock when it points straight up. Okay. Now, when the minute hand goes all the way around again, it's pointing up here to the 12, and it's o'clock, and it points to the 4. What do we say? 4 o'clock. Can you get the 4? And then they would put the 4 there. Then when the minute hand goes all the way around, it takes 1 hour. 60 seconds is 60 minutes is 1 hour. And then it'll go to the 5. When it gets back up here, it'll be to the 5. So then it's what? 5 o'clock. Okay, can you get the 5? Good job, good job. It's 5 o'clock. Can you say 5 o'clock? Okay, now the minute hand goes around again. Goes all the way around. Okay, and then it will go to the 6. Now what time is it? If it's pointing up, it's o'clock. And where is it pointing? 6. So it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Good job. Can you find the 6? Good. Now the next one, when it goes around again, it takes 1 hour to go all the way around. 60 minutes. Bam. Now this will point here, and they should say 7 o'clock. Good. Let's put the 7 there. It's going to go around again. All the way around. See how it's moving? It's moving and moving. And then when I get up here, it's pointing to the 8. 8 o'clock. Put the 8 there. Wow, look at that. 8 o'clock. Then it's it's going to go around again. So see the hour hand moving? It's moving. And then when it gets all the way up here, it'll be 9 o'clock. Can you get the 9? And it's 9 o'clock. Okay? Okay, now when it goes around all over again, now it's going to be, what is it? This is o'clock. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Put the 10 there. Wow, 10 o'clock. Okay, let's go around again. And how many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in 1 hour. And when it goes around, I don't know, this clock, it doesn't work 100%, so you have to manipulate it, just like most of the clocks that you'll get for teaching. They kind of, some work, but the expensive ones work great. So this is o'clock, but what hour? 11 o'clock. Can you get the 11? And they would put 11 there. My goodness. Let's go around again. All right, when we get up here, get all the way back, and it's pointing straight up. It's o'clock, but what's the number? 12 o'clock. Oh my goodness, can you get the 12? Wow, 12 o'clock. That's 12 hours. It goes around one time, and then it's 1 hour. And then another time, it's 2 hours. So that's 12 o'clock. And then what I would do is stop there with 12 o'clock and do that one lesson. The next lesson, I would talk about, you can talk about seconds, and each of the red dots you could count out 60 seconds. If you want to do a very, very long presentation, you could do that, or you can kind of explain it to here and allow them to keep going, and then you would have between each of these 60 seconds all the way around if that child has really good concentration and focus. And the next lesson I would teach, though, after o'clock, I like to teach 30. So our half past. So when it goes, you say when the clock goes all the way straight down to 30, this is called 12:30. See the 30? 12. The hour is 12 and the minutes are 30. So don't confuse it. This is minutes and we're looking at these numbers. So it's called 12:30. Then when it goes all the way around again, there's o'clock. But then when it goes around again, the hour hand's moving, then it would point to the 1 and straight down. So this would be 1, that's the hour, and this is 30. Because every time it points down, that's 30 minutes. We counted it, see? And it says 30. So that is 1:30. Every time it points down, the minute hand's 30. Okay? And when it points straight up, it's o'clock. Oops. When this points straight up, it's o'clock. Okay? For every number. Then when it points down, it's 30. So that's 1:30. Then when it goes all the way around again, okay, that's what? 2 o'clock. You can reinforce that, and then when it goes around again, it's 2:30. And the hour hand is moving at the same time, so it'll be in the middle when it's pointing down. But it's always 2 until it gets to 3. So anything between here and here, it's 2, and then 30 to 35. If you teach them to count by 5s, you know, when they learn their numbers, they can easily tell time and count by 5s. So then you continue teaching 30 through all the numbers. So, and reinforce o'clock or half past. I always teach 30 because we're talking numbers. Some people teach half past, but I would reiterate that later, that they could also call it half past. But I would always teach 30, 31, 32, 35, 30, all the way to 60. So, and then you would do that. Then, after they master o'clock and 30, then what you will teach them is 15 past. Okay, so like 2, 15, 3, 15. And so this is where you can go in between lessons, take them to the fractions and teach them fractions. At least teach them half and 1/4, like 4/4. Then they can divide up their clock easily in their mind and get 15 past, 30 past, 45 past, and so on. So all of the math is flowing together. These are 1 units. And when you get to 12, and in Montessori they use the golden beads to teach telling time like this. But we're using beans, black beans. So they would use a 10 bar and then 2 units to do that. They could replace the 10 from here, here, and here. So then when you go into, after they master the 12 hours, if you want to go on to 24 hours, you can. And then when they've mastered that, you can teach them military time using the golden beads and colored beads and doing, like here it would be, 24. So it would be 2 10 bars and then 4 units. So you could teach military time. That's the extended advanced version. And so hopefully that teaches you how to tell them. So it's o'clock first, okay? So the hour and o'clock. And then 30, you'll teach them all, like 1:30, 2:30, 3. And you can make little booklets with them so they can share it with a relative or a friend and read it to them and say, hey, this says, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like that. And just, they can draw a clock and put the numbers. It's easy if you put the numbers 12 and 6. And then here and here you put 3 and 9. And then they fill in the 2 numbers. So there's a couple of ways you can, because obviously if you're at a school or you're going somewhere, you have a couple of things. I have other options here. You can make a clock, and how you can just cut squares and make the numbers, or you can use a calendar and cut up one of the old months, and it has really, pretty numbers. My handwriting's horrible, but you just, with a little brad, and you can buy these in the office department at any store, you make little paper arms out of construction paper. The hour hand is shorter than the minute hand. Put the numbers in the right place, but cut up different colors for the quarters, for the fourths. And so they can kind of see the division there. And they can move this around, and if you make a little booklet, then they can... I'm so sorry, I just kicked the clock. It's just a minute. I think I'll keep this just for you guys to have fun with me. So I'll move this back. Okay? So you can have them make their own clock and share it at grandma's house or another sibling or another parent, whatever your situation. So teach o'clock and then 30. Now, I prefer if you take a lid or something and trace it around pieces of paper, and then you can make a booklet. I prefer them to learn all of that because then they're writing their numbers and you're reinforcing. And then once they've mastered doing that and you want to go into military time and they've already mastered where the numbers go and how to draw it, you can get a stamp, for pretty cheap, a stamp so that they can then go on to the next phase. But you can use just a lid to create the circle or a bowl or something like that. Use an old calendar or just, squares where you write the number. And construction paper. A very good circle that you can make your own clock if you, can't afford to buy like these expensive teaching clocks, is when you get a frozen pizza, there's a cardboard piece underneath there. It's a great circle for this. You make your hands, your numbers, and a little brad there, and you're good to go. And it's sturdy because it's cardboard. If not, you can just use a bowl and cut out a piece of cardboard that you have. You can get free boxes from most stores. And so the rubber stamp thing. And then it's always fun for them to go through magazines and find pictures of clocks. That could be a craft project. There's a couple of things that I found along the way at a secondhand store. I found this little clock. So, if you're traveling and you still want to continue to teach, but you don't want to take that, you can find something small. I found this at a dollar store. It's great. I think it was a whole $1. But what you do, comes with this little whiteboard marker, and it has Roman numerals. It has the quarter past and quarter till, and o'clock and 30. But it's laminated to use the whiteboard marker to fill it in. What time do you think it is now? And you draw it, and then they write it out. That's a whole nother thing. A sundial. This is write your numbers. Write a number from 1 to 12. Write a number from 1 to 59, and then tell the time. What time do you think it is? Draw hands to show what time it was 50 minutes ago. So you can have them look at a clock and do that. Draw or write about something that might last 1 minute. So there's fun exercises. Let's see here. So, and then here's one. It has the whole clock without any numbers. They can write the numbers on it. This has absolutely 0 numbers on it, so they can start learning. This is the Roman numerals. So in this $1 project, you didn't have to buy, Montessori materials or go to a teaching store and spend, $40, $50 on a clock. At the dollar store, they can have really good teaching materials. It's all you need. If you travel, if the child has to go from one house to the other, there you go. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. You can use a chalkboard if you need to and have them trace this on a chalkboard, a lid. So teaching time, you really can use anything around the house, but this kind of clock is great. You could, again, use a piece of cardboard and just write numbers on little squares of paper and do the exact same thing. So you could write it on the cardboard and then cut out just a circle piece of paper, use a little milk lid or something to make circles or a quarter, whatever. Make the numbers the same size and do that same principle and use some beans. So it doesn't need to break the bank. You can use a lot of things around. If you want to do the expensive route, this clock is pretty cool. It does function a lot. And then here, it has the digital time, the readout here. So, and you can close it if you don't want to share that the first go around. So this is a nice, really Melissa and Doug turn and tell clock, analog and digital. So, Melissa and Doug make pretty good stuff without it breaking the bank. And That's how to teach your child how to tell time. It doesn't need to cost a lot of money. It's not hard. And just do it in different lessons, like OClock, one lesson, you know, with laying these out. And then, you know, and then your next lesson is like 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Have them make booklets and, you know, glue and cut and color, write with crayons, write it out on a chalkboard, you know, just reiterate it using different material. I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe, like, and watch other videos on geography, on mathematics, how to teach the decimal system, how to teach language, reading and writing, and the good, better, best toys for babies and toddlers, the good, better, best books, materials you need to incorporate Montessori into your home or to make projects. I have all kinds of videos. I hope they're helpful. Please also, you know, like and share with friends. Thanks so much for watching.